what do you think happens from this point? Is there any save possible here? Because on the way out, they give, to get him out, he's such a shark, he gets paid a huge payment to leave while everybody else gets screwed. But they didn't pay him everything, right? There was a little clawback.
Yep.
And are they in a lawsuit over that? What's the latest on that?
Yeah, there's been a couple of clawbacks. We just learned this week. I mean, roughly speaking, Adam got a $1 billion payout to leave the company, and there were various parts of that. Some were paying back loans that he had taken out. Some of it was a consulting fee, $185 million consulting fee to advise the business, and partly to make sure he didn't go start a competitor. And then there was a secondary offer that they were going to buy a chunk of his stock along with other shareholders to roughly be about $1 billion. That tender offer is stuck in a lawsuit. SoftBank has said that WeWork has sort of reneged on some terms of the deal. They have cited some investigations being conducted by several state attorneys general. Oh boy. That we don't know too much about, but SoftBank has cited this to sort of hold up that end of the deal. And then just this week, Marcelo Claret, who is one of Massa's deputies at SoftBank and came in as the chairman of WeWork after Adam was pushed out, says that they have not paid Adam all of that consulting fee. So he's fine. He did just invest $30 million into a residential living company last week. So he has money to throw around, but he doesn't quite have the $1 billion yet.
Yeah, see, it's very interesting. I thought his other idea that was very prescient and a huge winner was We Live. That was another great idea.
It's a good, I'm skeptical of it. And I'm living here
let's hash it out. Yeah.
In New York, where me and my cohort of people in their 30s, and I think most people, what we want is the largest apartment we can possibly afford. And what Adam was offering was the smallest apartment you could possibly find, but I'm going to give you some common space to sort of hang out with people. That it's a nice idea. It's sort of based in kind of the kibbutz that Adam grew up in some ways, but and it might be nice if humans were more open to spending lots of time with other people who live in their apartment building. But the reality, at least in most cities, is that we all want our own spaces, for better or worse, and maybe even especially more now. Yeah,
the pandemic does change that. I thought when I was in my 20s in Manhattan, when I was sleeping in my office at Sony, and I would literally, because I had an apartment way out in Brooklyn, I would sleep under my desk 2 or 3 nights a week in a sleeping bag that I hid in my file cabinet in my tiny little closet office, and then I would shower in the gym. And so if I went out at night, I just tell people I'm going to the server room to reboot some computers, and I would just sleep under my desk. And I just kind of like...
You might have liked We Live, yeah.
And I thought We Live was like pretty good for the 20s crowd. But then again, back then, you didn't want to be in Brooklyn. Now you do want to be in Brooklyn. Back then, you wanted to be in Manhattan at all costs. So being able to stay in Manhattan overnight was like the huge goal.